The Outlaw Kneißl. The Legend of Mathias Kneißl. In the deep dark forests of Bavaria, there is a word for those who don't fit in. Those who the law has decided to crush before they even commit a crime. We call them Querschädel, the stubborn ones, the cross-thinkers. Today we go back to a time when Bavaria was a kingdom of rigid rules and iron-fisted gendarmes. Today we talk about the man they called Räuber Kneißl. Today we talk about Mathias Kneißl. Born in 1875 in the Unterweikertshofen moorlands, Kneißl didn't choose the life of an outlaw. It was handed to him. His whole family were Ausgestoßene, social outcasts. Small-time poachers and tinkerers. The police didn't just watch them. They hunted them. Imagine being branded a criminal at the age of 16, not because of what you did, but because of who your father is. The system back then had no room for complex backgrounds. They only had room for cells and gallows. After serving years in prison for a crime he barely understood, Kneißl wanted out. He wanted a normal life. He wanted to work, but the Obrigkeit, the authorities, had a different plan. Every job he found, the police showed up. Every door he knocked on, they slammed shut. A Kneißl bleibt heute a Kneißl. Once a Kneißl, always a Kneißl. When the system denies you a place at the table, you start to hunt in the shadows. Mathias became a Raubschütz, a poacher and a thief. He became a ghost in the woods. He knew the moors better than the gendarmes knew their prayer books. For 2 years he led the entire Bavarian police force on a dance through the mud. He became a folk hero. Why? Because the poor farmers saw themselves in him. To the state, he was a monster. But to the people, he was the man who said, "Ich bin auch noch da," meaning, I am still here. But the net was closing. In 1904, they finally caught him after a bloody shootout. They didn't just want to capture him, they wanted to break the spirit of the Querschädel. The whole trial was a farce, a show of power. The judges looked at him with the same clinical coldness my doctors looked at me 120 years later. They didn't see the man. They saw a diagnosis of evil. The sentence: death by guillotine. And here, in his final moments, the true Bavarian spirit came out. As they led him to the executioner on a cold Monday morning in February 1902, he looked at the crowd and the blade, and he uttered those famous words. Die Woch fangt scho guat, meaning, the week is off to a good start. Dry, stoic, defiant until the very last second. But why does Kneißl matter to us, the outcasts of 2026? Because his story reveals the same pattern we see today, the pattern of Vorverurteilung, prejudgment. The whole system loves its boxes, it loves its labels, and if you don't fit, it tries to cut off the part of you that sticks out. Kneißl was a victim of his time, but his soul is still alive in everyone who refuses to be silenced by an ignorant authority. He was a poacher of the woods. We are poachers of the truth. Kneißl was an outcast, but his legend, it outlasted.